Hello, good morning, everyone. How you doing today? We're going to talk about some good information that will be great for you to generate and build wealth. My name is Biz Strategist Sandy, and for those that are just hearing me for the first time, I am one of the ones out here that help you in businesses and getting things off the ground. And if you know not sure of how you need to approach your business and come up with different ideas to make a profit and to grow your business, well, I am one of the ones that do that and to help that. I've been doing and helping clients for over about 15 years now, doing this and writing business plans for others and things like that. So I want you to just buckle down, sit back and listen to what I have to say to you. There's going to be some great information to help you with your home-based business basics. And 69% of the entrepreneurs have started our businesses from our home. So I want you to be one of the ones that, if you are on the sidelines of getting a brick and mortar or things like that, and just to know the different ways today to do it home base wise, and to give you some information that's going to help you and get you to better understand basically what a home-based business is. It's not something that you need to look down on. It's something that you need to just say, hey, I may need to explore this because, hey, this is what I want to do. And I want to start maybe from a home-based standpoint first and grow it. And there are plenty people that that have done just that and started their businesses from home. They're great household names, brands that you know now, and they're here to stay and they're doing extremely well. So let me give you this intro, and we'll go and get right into the content. Okay. Okay, now we're back. Now, basically, we're going to talk about home based business. And like I said to you a few minutes ago, there are a few people that have done it. As you know, Jeff Bezos, that created Amazon, he started his in his garage, and his net worth now is like 193 billion. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he's one of the ones that started Facebook, and he has also some co-founders that they all got together and started Facebook, and it's at valued at 106 I'm sorry 760 billion. Microsoft, Bill Gates and Paul Allen was the one that created and found the company in their garage. And Mark Zuckerberg, let me go back, he started his in his freshman dorm. And like I said, along the way he had others that came aboard, and they all kind of worked on different parts of the business together, and they made it what it is today, a very, very 760 billion valuated platform. I'm sure they didn't think that they would be where they are now, but they are. And Microsoft, like I said, co-founders Bill Gates and Paul Allen founded the company in their garage, and Microsoft is valued at 1.8 trillion dollars. And so also there are, with the Google, Google, we all use it. We all use it to search. And before Larry and Sergey, they started out of some friends' garages, so that was home base for them too as well. And it's valued now, as we speak, about 1.4 trillion. And the late Steve Jobs with Apple, he started around it's he started in his parents' garage. So he was kind of, just the humble beginnings for him with Apple started there, and then they quickly expanded. They didn't stay there long as someone would stay in their home-based business, but it's valued now at 2.2 trillion. And Walt Disney, of course, he started off with the drawing of the cartoon characters. He started in the backyard garage as well, and his Disney now is valued at 320 billion. So as we speak now, these are the evaluations. They may change, they may shift or whatever, get higher or go down in value or whatever. But as we speak on November 23rd, 2021, those are the valuations of those businesses that I mentioned earlier. And that is pretty much, to kind of give you some information on just what a home-based business can do. You know, it's achievable. It's very much achievable. But I want to give you some things that you need to be very aware of when you are embarking on a home-based business and thinking about it and just making sure that you got some things lined up and in place. First of all, I know this so well because basically my business is home based, but I reach so many people and my clientele is very, very, it's growing and it's evolving. And so can you. And so can whatever you decide to do. You don't have to be doing the same kind of business that I am doing, but a business is a business is a business, and you can grow it from home in all kind of strategic ways. But one of the main things that you need to make sure that you are in touch and in tune with and following the guidelines and the ordinances is local zoning. Local zoning is so important. A lot of times if you're starting from home, it's so different if you're renting somewhere and then you're starting from home versus if you have your own home. That's a different, and then you may have a homeowner association or condo associations that is going to be, going to have to play a part in that. You need to make sure that you be legally able to do that if you're not in a position that you can kind of pretty much call the shots in your own home. And then there's still some, like I said, local zoning ordinances that's very, very that you have to go by. That's very, very important that you know about. So, that, home-based business is not just, okay, I'm going to start a business from home. No, that's not the way it happens. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is, separating your home, for your families, everything's concerned. You got to get a grip of that. If you're single and you're by yourself, you don't really have to worry about that. But those that have families and want to do the balance thing, those are things that you have to plan out. Of course, I'm sure you know that, but I just wanted to touch on those as well. And then also, we're going to get more into some other things that is definitely going to be very, very important with with business and carrying a professional image and not being, with the home-based business, you're not really going to be able to see clients from home unless you have it structured in a way that you can have that, to put at whatever capacity. You can't really put signs out in your yard and things like that. It's all kind of ordinance that, that zoning requires you to do in your county that you live, and it's going to make sure that you abide by them. So you don't want to violate any laws. Make sure you handle that. Make sure you do that. Okay. Now, employees that you may have in your company not working from home, they really probably going to have to be virtual. You're going to have a virtual that they may be they end up having to work from their home, or however you're going to do it. You're going to subcontract. You're a part of your business or whatever business you have. So you have to be sure that you are following the guidelines and the rules on that. And simply because I'm going to get into it a little later and I'm going to share with you a few things that will be beneficial to you for its tax deduction from home. I won't give them all to you, but I share some with you that will definitely is going to, be strict and say, you got to follow this. If this, you get this. If you follow this rule, this can be a tax write-off, or that can be a tax write-off. So it's so important to just know your checklist and know your plan for, doing things like that, working from home, that is. And, you're going to have a specific designated space for your business. And also you'll be able to write off some of your monthly bills from your home. It's a certain percentage. The IRS will give you those rules and tell you what you can and cannot do. And sometimes if you file your taxes, or if you have a CPA or an accountant, and maybe they would know more about those percentages than versus, you just kind of trying to figure them out yourself. And then if they kick back and say, no, you can't write this off, then, you have to do, even if you file your taxes, you have to, there's going to be some adjustment that has to be made, and then your tax liability may be different. So you want to be aware of all of that too, as well. So it's just not, it's not just I'm going to start a home-based business and that's it. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to have to worry about anything else. So other things it's going to take into play. And these are some of the things that I want to make sure that you know about and very, very are aware of. And the next thing I mentioned to you in a post that I put up is this: hiring your children for your home-based business. And that is definitely, they can make up to $12,000 a year in your business. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it's tax free. It doesn't have to, they don't have to pay any payroll taxes and things like that. So that way you can have your children or whatever working in your business, and they're not always in your pocket about different things, and let them learn how to be, it's kind of like self-sufficient and being a part of the business as well. Even if they're doing some administrative work or clerical work, and you write them out the job description and things like that, just like if you were hiring a real person, because you will definitely want to be able to show that later on. Having all of that is just like you are definitely hiring a real person. Well, they are a real person, but it's just like you were hiring someone outside of your child or your family, is what I'm saying to you. But everybody, if you are hiring anyone and having anybody on your team, let me side note here, you definitely will want to have a job description. That way they know what they need to do. Everybody's okay with what they need to do and how to do it. And, they know what they need to do. The expectations of you to them should be clear, crystallized in writing. And hey, no questions, no confusion, no ands, if, buts about it. They should be able to know exactly. And then your business will go smoothly as well. You won't get frustrated. You won't have so much going on. Now, the next thing I want to share with you and talk to you about with this thing about this home-based business is going to be have a separate phone line for your business. This is going to be a great tax write-off for you. Also sometimes it's good to have a yellow page listing of your business, sometimes having a virtual assistant or having a virtual company that they are answering service that can answer your phone calls when you're sitting working on your business. And then that particular agency, whatever, would text you or email you or whatever, so where you can kind of keep the flow of what you have going on. If you have a home-based business that's not going to require you to just be picking up the phone all the time and answering questions, unless you're just getting ready to do like maybe a consultation, or you really, really want to speak to your potential client or customer. It all depends on your business model with that is concerned. Now, and answering your phone and just treating your business like a professional entity, answering it with care, getting up in the morning and dressing up. If this is what a lot of times, this is what I do. I would get up, making sure I, have my time with God, saying my prayers and doing this, just having some me time and maybe getting breakfast or whatever. I get in the office and I do what I need to do uninterrupted and, not interrupted. And what I do is I dress like I'm getting ready to go out, and it makes me feel better when I'm working from home. And when I'm very disciplined. I've had a few, people tell me before that, hi, I can't work from home. But I know when the pandemic happened, a lot of people had that negative experience of being home, and they're really just confined to the house. It didn't bother me so per se, because I was working from home anyway. I structured myself. My home office is just it's organized with things the way I need them to be, and I know where they are. And I have a system set up so where I can do the things that I need to do to serve my clients and work on some projects. If I'm setting up courses, if I have, I may have my ring light and, all kind of different things set different ways. I am definitely, in tune with how I need my workflow to flow for me. And then sometimes, there are certain times I'm not in there trying to do laundry or do other things or do this and do that. And a lot of times I'm able to put in motivational things to help while I'm working, and while I'm working on projects, I am sitting, listening at things that's going to keep me motivated, keep me positive. And when I wouldn't say keep me motivated, because I'm always motivated. I'm not. It doesn't take much to motivate me when it comes down to my business, because everybody that know me knows that I am serious about what I do. But what I mean is, just keeping things, just putting positive talk in my ear, for the duration all day and when I'm working on my things. And I would suggest that to you too as well. Reading my word, taking a break during midday, reading my word and having that time with God, whoever your higher power is, do it the way you do it. But I'm just sharing with you the things that I do and the way that I do them. I do that as well. And then, I can I can say that my 24 hours is pretty much flexible for me. I own my 24 hours. If I want to take a day off, I can take a day off without any questioning of putting in a request form to be off, and things like that. So I like the time freedom, and I'm always doing things and I'm grateful too. I'm so grateful for, the place and the space. And then I can sit back and plan out what the next 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, whatever it is, or the next year. So I'm grateful. So yeah, I can't say that enough. I am grateful. Okay. So, when you're setting up, like if, for instance, if you have a business that you have to set up meetings off site and things like that, pick a designated location and meet your clients and dress professionally. Treat them like, let them know that you're serious about what you do. I have clients that tell me all the time that, you're very professional, Sandy, when they call me Miss Lewis or whatever, when you're out meeting clients and meeting customers. So I try to keep my brand alive, and I try to keep people, I try to keep people, I try to keep people, in, put it this way, I try to keep people in making them feel comfortable in, connecting and working with me as well. So that's going to be a little bit on that, just some of the basic things, and, setting yourself up legally. If I did mention that, that's one of the things that also need to happen too as well. Now, there are some business tools that I do want to share with you. And these are, I think these will be needed in your home-based business. And no matter what company you go, you choose or whatever, just find these tools to be a checklist that you would want to use. Having a web domain for your business, a website domain, having an email system set up, using a system for that. And then also having some kind of software for your website or whatever you're going to do. And also, you definitely want to have a payment processor that's connected to your business. And then, also having a payment processor card, where you can kind of like use that as a marketing strategy and let people know more and more about your services that you're going to be offering. And having social media, having your social media platform set up as well is definitely going to be something that you're going to need to do. And if you're not having a way that you could connect with your, face to face with your potential clients on virtual, you don't have to physically go see them. Like I mentioned earlier, having a video conferencing platform set up like this one here. I'm using StreamYard. I use Zoom too. Sometimes I use Skype, Go Meeting, and those kind of things. Google Hangouts. All of those are just some of the ones that you can use. And client communication software, if that's something that you want to, have as a part of your platform for your home-based business as well. And like I said, your social media platforms, make sure you are there all over the place, whichever social media platforms that's going to help your business grow. And then having some way that people can schedule with you, book with you, and things like that before you set up any meetings. And also make sure that you have an accounting software for you. Accounting software is going to help you stay on track in your business and keep your business professional, and making sure that you're in compliance with the rules and guidelines of you paying taxes in your business. And you can also be able to make sure that you're showing a profit and see where you are, how you began your business, and see where you are and see how you grow and see what are your numbers as you grow your business. And that can kind of tell you and help you make decisions on taking the next step in your business. So these are some things that I think that is very important. And also making sure that you having a text messaging system, having that up and available for you to be able to communicate with, potential clients or people that connect with you or people that get anything that you may give them complimentary or free, or you may give them some tips and tools, and they stay a part of your platform, so where you can always stay connected with them. So that's pretty much what I want to share with you from that arena for us, the business tool. Now let's talk about we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about these business write-offs. It's so many, and but just to give you a list of a list of a few of them, you know, things that you can write off is going to be everything. You pretty much, not everything, to a certain extent. Some things it's going to require you to be making sure that you're going to be able to use those specifically, like certain receipts. Everybody think that everything you do, you know, spend, you got to just, it has to be money that goes into your business, money being spent for your business, put it that way. So, even for as having, automobile, writing off different things for that. There's a lot of things that you can write off for your automobiles. There's a lot of things that you can write off for, like your assets and things like that, knowing what your assets are. And this is where, when you get your business set up, home-based business, you know what? I would recommend you doing a business plan for that. You can come see me if you need that help. I'm open and I'm here. But you want to have all these things set up because it's going to help you to flow, and it's going to help you to know what you can write off, and it's going to help you to keep, not miss anything, and keep yourself organized and treat it as a business. And the more you're organized, and the more, everyone, I'm going to tell you, the more you see a snapshot, a view, or a picture of what your business is and how it can grow, the better you are, you're going to be able to flow with ideas. You're going to be able to have your structure the way you need to, and you're going to be able to just maximize your potential in your business. For instance, if you are someone that's, have a book that you've written, and all of the things that go along with preparing for that book pretty much is a write-off for you, and you want to be able to keep a record and keep, everything you spend money on in your business. You want to be able to keep your receipts, keep a record, know what's what, just, I mean, it's unlimitless. So you don't want to be able to just have that stuff all disorganized, because you'll never, ever be able to just kind of like you're going to miss something that's going to maybe be a write-off for you. Even like if working from home, your home-based business, if you have an alarm system in your home, that's a tax write-off. Having, you having any kind of, excuse me, your, air, like even AC, air conditioning in your home, you may have a portion of that may be a tax write-off for you. Certain travel may be a portion of write-off for you. Certain apps, purchasing certain apps, buying, a lot of these apps, you get the free trials. But if you're using these apps for your business, you can get the paid version, and it's going to be a tax write-off for you. So, don't look at you spending money in your business. And another thing, you guys are afraid to spend on conferences and workshops and, coaching and, doing things like that. It's a tax write-off for you, meaning it's the cost of doing business. So stop being afraid of doing business on a higher level and not getting the information that you need. It's going to benefit you in the long run. It really is. And like I said, it is so much for its tax write-off. There's meals, there's different things like, I mean, there's different things like, a lot of things like home office things that you may want to enhance your home office with, as far as doing renovations in your home for your home office. Mostly that can be written off, but you got to know more specific. Cell phones, things like that. Okay. Your children on payroll. I mentioned that earlier to you. You can, the first $12,400 is tax free to your child. And, it's going to be, it's going to be a benefit for you if you have, if you have this, as a part of your business, and, taking up classes and taking up continuing education courses, you know. Mm, okay. Like, any kind of association dues and things like that. That can be a business tax write-off if it's a part of your business. Just having things, just having other things for your business. Like, for instance, if you need to get things, um, speak to your tax preparer though on a lot of things. Like, people, you need business like trademarks, copyrights, and things like that for your business. That is going to be something that you're going to make sure that, you need to make sure that you are in the guidelines of the IRS to be able to write them off, and the percentages of some of these things that I'm mentioning to you. you know and like I said, equipment, there's certain things for as equipment is concerned that you can write off for your business. And charges for as, freight from shipping charges and postage, FedEx, UPS, and other delivery charges for your business are tax deductibles. So you got to keep up with all of these things too. You didn't know that, did you? Or did you? Okay. And then, just doing, like personal grooming expenses. Um, Only when you're traveling for business. If you're out, if you're on a business trip and you may need some things, that, hey, you may need to get someone to kind of do your makeup, or do your, have, you may reach out to a company that does grooming and things like that. If it's a part of your, maybe your public, you're speaking or you're doing things like that. It's a tax write-off for you. So these are just a few things that I do want to share, but there are a list of them, and I am getting ready to put all of those in my course that I'm going to, create on my, excuse me, my profit planning course that I'm creating. So I just wanted to share that with you, and then for your home-based business people, just to realize that um, you can do it. You can have the business that you want from home and doing everything that you have to do, just like if you were going to basically put your business in a brick and mortar location. So don't, don't stand on the sidelines and not, be able to, don't stand on the sidelines and not think that it won't, it won't benefit you, but it will. So that's all I'm going to say to you today. And I thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for hanging out with me for a little while here and just giving you some information on home-based businesses. So I hope that in 2022 that you have some plans to do some things, working your home-based business. But hey, as I gave you earlier, a list of people that have done extremely well with home-based businesses, and there's so many. There's 69% of entrepreneurs started from home. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Don't be reserved. Don't think that you can't do it, because you can. You can do anything you put your mind to. Okay? All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Take care.